Let's talk Paul Bunyan's axe. What is this? The oldest rivalry in college football?
The greatest rivalry in college football. A little bit biased here. Unfortunately, I am wearing my Badger red. I don't know what is wrong with me today, but back in the hometown, don't have quite the UMN gear that I do up north. But yeah, this is gonna be a great game. I mean, for you sickos out there, this is gonna be a great game.
Wisconsin at Minnesota. Minnesota catching two and the hook. That could be an important two and a hook. It could be an important hook.
Yeah, because both these teams are just not very good football teams. You have a 5-6 Minnesota limping to the finish line here, and you have a 6-5 Wisconsin who's just dramatically underperformed in Luke Fickell's first season. And the thing is, if you're Minnesota here, you could win this football game. You could have your two biggest rivalry wins, the trophies, the Axe, and Floyd or Rosedale, which is obviously beating Iowa. And if you ask most Minnesota fans, like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, like that would be a dream come true. Like, no way we did that. And yet you're 6-6 and the fan base is pissed off right now. No matter if you win or lose this week. Like it's really crosshairs. I don't know. The matchup here is weird because Braylon Allen healthy. Like what's got?
I don't think he is. I don't think he's playing. Isn't he out?
I'm gonna double check that right now. But
yeah, so I don't feel good picking either side in this game, right? Because like what Wisconsin defense are we gonna get, right? Are we gonna get the secondary that absolute pisses themselves, or are we gonna get an okay effort from this Wisconsin team that's fighting for a pretty good bowl game, or are we gonna get the Minnesota team with no Cody Lindenberg, no Darius Taylor?
Yep.
Right. Is Tyler Newman going to play like Tyler Newman, or is he going to be the Tyler Newman that in that fourth quarter against Illinois?
Yeah.
Now Tyler Newman is a fantastic football player. He's the best, probably safety in the entire Big Ten, if not the entire country. But like, they rely on him so heavy. Like the Nebraska game, like if Tyler Newman doesn't play the Nebraska game, they lose that game.
Yeah, he has to do it. He has to take chances, right?
Yeah.
Because he knows our offense is not quite adept. He needs to create short fields, negative plays. Like he knows, like they have to get off the field on third down, and like or on if they're getting driven on, like he has to make a play. And for the most part of his career, to the credit to him, he's been one of the best safeties of all time. Minnesota, he will be a top 40 draft pick next year in the spring. Like he is a stud. The thing is, at times you can get burned by that, and if you have a veteran quarterback like Tanner Mordecai. I say veteran. I don't say good. I say veteran quarterback like Tanner Mordecai, and then Phil Longo. You think you'd be able to exploit that, hopefully, if you're a Wisconsin fan.
Wisconsin's second in the Big Ten West, by the way. After losing to Indiana, after losing to Northwestern, losing to Iowa, they're second in the Big Ten West.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. With that being said, crazy pick here. Give me the Gophers at home. Give me the 2.5. Give me them to win this game. But here's why. Wisconsin's a bad football team.
Yep.
And you know who actually is going to get up for this game? PJ Fleck.
He does.
Does Luke Fickell understand this rivalry completely? I don't think he understands. I don't think he understands. Now he's a Big Ten guy, but I don't think does he feel like, is that pulse in that Wisconsin locker room? Like a lot of transfers in there. Do they feel this rivalry the same way that these Minnesota Gophers do?
I really don't. Yes, Minnesota has won the last two. Shout out to Gophers. But like they're still desperate. Like this team, like they have a chip on their shoulder in terms of like they feel like little brother in terms of Wisconsin and Iowa. And like to be honest, like in all honesty, if you ask most Gophers fans, like they are, right? Recruiting wise, NIL structures, success on the field, like they have been.
Nathan Roy is going to be watching this game.
Yeah, which is a prize recruit from Minnesota from the state of Wisconsin. The thing here that scares me, and here's why I'm going to take Wisconsin -2.5, because Minnesota's offense, especially if Darius Taylor doesn't play, which I don't have any indication on it. Nobody does on the Minnesota staff, or no outside the Minnesota staff, if Darius Taylor plays or not. Daniel Jackson is your top weapon. Now, in last year's game, we saw multiple people get after it. We saw Lamaka Brockton, the birth of him. He's gone. You saw Dalen Wright have a big game. He's gone. Brevin Spanford had a huge game. He's been non-existent for most of the year. And then Daniel Jackson had a monster game. Thing is, Ricardo Hallman is a stud. We saw him go toe-to-toe with Marvin Harrison Jr. Like, he's a good player. And if he's shadowing Daniel Jackson, you're going to have to rely on guys like Elijah Spencer, a banged-up Chris Altman-Bell still recovering from big-time serious knee injury, a Brevin Spanford who still can't figure out how to catch a football. And then you got to run against a Wisconsin front. They're not like a typical Wisconsin front, but they're still there. And without Darius Taylor, we have struggled to run the football. I say Minnesota. But yeah, that's why I'm going to go Wisconsin -2.5. Quarterback matchup here, though. Who would you rather have, Ethan or Tanner Mordecai?
Well, here's the thing.
It's got to be Tanner.
Here's the thing. In the Big Ten West, the best quarterback in the Big Ten West right now might be John Paddock.
Oh, but that's not crazy.
That's not crazy at all. It might be John Paddock right now, which is absurd.
And then Ben Bryant. God damn it, the West sucks.
Yeah. So, but this is rivalry week, right? If this is, I don't know, I'm throwing away my numbers this week, right? Forget the X's and the O's. Give me the Jimmies and the Joes. PJ Fleck is getting up for this game. They're fighting for a bowl game. Which means a lot.
And that's what that's what's keeping his job right now. He's not on the hot seat, not at all. But what's keeping his job there for the past couple of years is he's won the X and he's won bowl games and he's made bowl games, and that's a big deal to go for fans in the athletic department. And if you don't win this game, you can't go to a bowl game, and you don't have the X, obviously. So there's some urgency in the program there. The problem is linebacker core. If Cody Lindmore doesn't come back, you are asking on some guys who are not ready to play college football at a Power 5 level, play meaningful snaps at a prime position there. That's going to get exploited by RPOs and have to go and get Braylon Allen. He is healthy, by the way. I do believe he's going to play.
Interesting.
But yeah,
doesn't change my pick.
No, and for a year, he got stuffed by them a couple of years ago.
Joe Rossi was dialed in.
Different
offense.
Yeah, I will say that the bank should be getting after it. That will be a good crowd, even though they are 5-6. They'll get up for this game.